We're 5 days later and the media is still trying to tell the masses that Antifa, or the alt-left as Donald Trump calls them now, wouldn't have even showed up if it weren't for this Nazi rally that was taking place.
The Antifa, there's a group of anti-fascists called the Black Bloc, which do tend to get violent. Their idea is, look, nonviolence hasn't worked and we are going to try to stop this. But they wouldn't have been there. They wouldn't have been anywhere near there had it not been for the fact that white supremacists, neo-Nazis, were out scaring the living daylights out of most of the people in that town.
Oh, really? Let's put that claim to the test. Was there Nazis in Portland too the day before, as Antifa ran, charged at your run-of-the-mill Trump supporter conservatives, beating them with sticks? Were there Nazis in the KKK there at the inauguration too, as Antifa ran amok, beating people in the streets nearly to death, smashing limos and looting buildings? How about when Antifa charged at police, trying to beat them with their sticks and flagpoles? I guess the cops were undercover KKK. Did a Nazi rally take place in Berkeley that I'm not aware of? When Antifa bashed people over the heads with bike locks, put M80s inside glass peanut butter jars and threw them at Trump supporters? Was this nice-looking plump gentleman wearing a Star Wars t-shirt an undercover member of a white supremacist group as they beat him in the streets? How about this young gentleman, a run-of-the-mill conservative, standing there peacefully, all of a sudden gets mobbed by Antifa? I guess they thought that he may have been a Nazi psyop. What about when the alt-left rampaged and rioted unprovoked through the streets, breaking Starbucks and Bank of America windows to bits? Was the Bank of America and Starbucks harboring Nazis? How about as they destroyed UC Berkeley because of a certain speaker coming to town? Or pepper sprayed this defenseless woman in the face? Or hit this poor woman over the head with the skateboard? Or beat this bystander on the ground almost to death with sticks to the head? How about when Antifa, the alt-left, rampaged and rioted through San Jose, beating up Hispanic Trump supporters as Trump showed up for his rally, beating up anyone who had a USA shirt on? What about in Costa Mesa when Trump had his rally there? Innocent bystanders and Trump supporters were beaten up just for being there by Antifa and the alt-left. Here you see a Trump supporter followed by a mob and then viciously attacked and knocked out for wearing a Trump shirt. Let's hear what CNN's best actor has to say about all this. Van Jones.
If you can't tell the difference between a serpent and an earthworm, you have no business leading. We have a terrorist movement in this country aimed at black people.
And then we get to Charlottesville, where everyone is condemning Donald Trump for saying both sides. Well, guess what? It was both sides. And it was more on the alt-left side than it was any other side. Here you see them blocking people throwing stuff at them as they're trying to have their rally with the police nowhere to be found. Here you see Antifa beating up an old man, taking him down in the streets just for marching there with a flag. Here you see innocent protesters picking up huge metal mailboxes and throwing them at the attendees of the rally. Here you see Antifa picking up large rocks, throwing them at the attendees as they have done many, many times at many, many rallies. Here you see an innocent reporter being pepper sprayed just because of the news organization that he works for. And right there you could see the police standing around laughing in the background. Now, to break that claim even more, that Antifa wouldn't have been there and violence wouldn't have erupted if evil Nazis weren't there, guess what? The actual literal KKK, the real KKK, the ones with the garbs and stuff like that wearing their sheets, were there just 2 months ago in Charlottesville. 2 months ago, police protected them, separated the protesters from them, and nothing happened. Not one person got hurt. People protested, people didn't protest. That's it. The police did their jobs then. Even more telling, Richard Spencer and Nathan Domingo had a rally in Charlottesville before, and it was peaceful. Here it is.
I hesitate to admit this, but I was actually born in Massachusetts. But the fact, no disavowals.
All in all, the media is always lying to you. Always look for second sources. Doesn't have to be me, doesn't have to be anyone else, doesn't have to be conservative, liberal, whatever. Always look for second sources to a story. Never believe the mainstream media.